Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you once again for coming and joining us right here on The Artist Show, where we promote undiscovered and discovered talent. So if you have a story, if you have something that you want us to see, want us to hear, please contact us. Right now, we got somebody who has studied art and art history, has won numerous of competitions upstate New York, now living in Jacksonville, one of the baddest artists right here, portrait artist as well. Right here, Mr. Charles P. Coffin. We're going to interview him, hear his story, check out some of his work. We'll be back after these messages. Don't go nowhere. You're now watching The Artist.
I'm in the color wheel, and it shows just how I feel. I'm in the color wheel, and it shows just how I feel. I like me, she like it, let's be that. I said hello, I like purple, she like it. That's my part, I pay for the rings. I like white, she like brown. Nice to believe she's the one I found. I like orange, she like silver. Her beauty will make me shiver, shiver.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We got in the studio my main man, one of the baddest portrait artists right here in Jacksonville, Florida, from upstate New York, Mr. Charles Coffin. What's up? What's up? Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Man, like, definitely. Now, what made you come all the way from New York? And I already know the answer before. I asked because I'm from Ohio. The cold weather, but maybe you got a different reason. What made you come all the way from New York to Jacksonville, Florida?
Well, the weather was an incentive. But my wife's family lives down here, and you know, we decided to move down closer to her.
So y'all kind of
dad.
split the time a little bit, huh?
We split the time a little bit. We gave my mom and dad 10 years with the grandbabies.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
now
yeah.
We came down.
I can hear your wife now. All right, that's enough. Now we're going somewhere where it's warm. And that was all right with you because you like that water.
I loved it. We visited before we came. Many times, but we came down and I was like, palm trees.
I was So now he's here. So tell me, I see this painting of Mona Lisa. Tell me, where did it all start?
Again, Da Vinci is one of the people that that really inspired me.
Okay.
And I studied his work, and I've studied him, but the art side of me came from my father's side of the family, all the way back to my great grandfather. The first, like we talked about before, the first time I saw my dad drawing, that really made me want to continue doing it.
Now, how old were you?
I remember being 3 or 4 years old when that stuck to me. Well, my mother said I was drawing as soon as I could pick up a pencil.
Now, do you remember what you saw your father draw?
It was a lion. It was a lion, and man was holding the mouth of the lion.
Oh, snap! What?
Yeah, it was kind of like a.
I like David.
David.
Yeah.
That's what I remember, and I was just in awe.
Wow.
I was just in awe, and then I started going around the house and seeing different stuff that he had done. On boards, and I didn't know all this time. I didn't know this artwork that was in the house.
Can't even talk good drawing.
Yeah.
Got an artist in the house, boy.
Absolutely.
So when you showed interest to your father in the things that he was doing, I mean, how did he react to that? Was he pretty excited, or get away from around here? You know.
No, what he would do was he was like, no, you don't do it like that. You do it like this, you know. And he would always help me and grab the pencil and say, no, you got to make it darker here.
Yeah, exactly.
That was a little annoying, that was a little annoying, but I was appreciating it, and I never stopped until I felt that I was better than him.
Boy, he hit you hard when you were 3.
Yes.
3 years old. I don't know what you're doing, boy.
Absolutely.
So I definitely understand that. So anybody else in the house?
My oldest brother is music. He's always been music.
What?
Always the. Next in line.
Now, where did he get the music from, or was just the creative?
Creative juices in our family.
Wow.
It was just out of this world. And now my other brother, he sold many paintings. He's an older brother of mine as well. He sold many paintings in upstate New York.
Now, he's the oldest or he's the youngest?
He's the middle brother.
Okay, all right.
I have 2 sisters besides these others.
Right.
But yeah, he's the middle brother, and he's out of sight too. He's more of an abstract person.
Okay, yeah.
Mine is caricature and portraiture and basically whatever anybody requests of me.
Now, let me ask you, when you do portraits, because I have a pattern. It's almost like doing a courier route. You know what I'm saying? I know go here, and I go here, and I'm pretty much got the basic foundation. Do you have a? I do.
I do. I put on a hat, put on some headphones.
Yeah.
And I go to town. I zone out, close my door, zone out for that amount of time, and when I'm done, I'm done. I don't know. Half the time, it's something. The music moves me to do it.
Exactly.
More and better because
you got some music in you too.
Yes, sir. The music moves me to do it more, and certain music. If I'm doing a certain painting, like for example, if I'm painting somebody like Busta Rhymes, that's all I want to listen to.
Okay, all right.
I want to get in.
You want to get into the psyche of who he is.
And I want that to come through in the character of my painting,
that's
even if it's a little unproportioned. I
let yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because that's part of
the originality
of the painting.
Well, when we get back, we're going to talk more about your family, talking about you getting ready to, you finishing up your bachelor's degree. Then we want to ask a few questions about why an artist is only famous when he dies. And not alive.
I got a few things to say about that one there.
So we'll be back after these messages right here on The Artist. Host of this, The Artist Show.
What I like about The Artist Show, they give you a platform, a stage to express yourself and to tell people your story.
His spirit alone just captivated me and let me know, not just because he was interested in what I bring to the table, but from how he was just so enthusiastic about putting other people
I'm in
in
the
his life.
color wheel, and it shows just how I feel.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, with Mr. Charles P. Coffin, portrait artist extraordinaire. So let me ask you this. Why, out of all the artists like Da Vinci, but I think he was famous, because he was doing the church chapels though, wasn't he?
The reason why, he was commissioned by the royal courts.
Yeah.
And he was commissioned by very high-ranking people.
Yeah.
So it was the persons who he was commissioned by. Some of the people he was commissioned by, he actually didn't want to be commissioned by.
Right.
But he had no choice.
Exactly, yeah.
He was a very ingenious man and very ahead of his time.
Now, his concept of painting the chapel, you know, with the 16 chapel and the ceiling and all, is the same concept today as far as murals, painting outside. And so they got this artist, I forgot his name, that's in New York, or he go to different places and he do little mural stuff, like a man standing on a shadow lamppost or whatever like that. Now, they get the recognition. So what's the difference between the recognition that they get, because this looks like a part of a marketing strategy.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? More so than a person painting in private.
Correct.
And then you expose it to the world, and you know, then it kind of leaves them an option of whether I can accept it or not. But in which Da Vinci, when he did the Sistine Chapel, people had to recognize, because you know, that's where I'm going to worship. Or, you know, the guy in New York, when he painted this stuff, people walking by saying, and now he don't draw a major crowd, and so now they expect him, he disappears. So I'm like, that is the most genius marketing but what, I mean, so the artist that is private, you know what I'm saying, and then we expose it, why does it take us so long to become noticed, more so than when we die, then everybody take notice?
Well, like you were saying, the marketing aspect of it is a big deal, because back then everything would spread word of mouth. It's not like anybody had a camera and said, hey, you got to come look at this.
Right.
Now we have mass media, we have social media, we have so many different artists out there who are using this tool now.
Yeah.
Da Vinci didn't have that yet. Only a few right people had to see it.
Exactly.
I mean, one grain of rice can tip the scales.
Exactly.
So if you are able to, you know, get this seen by your work seen by the right person nowadays, it can just, like you say, go viral.
Right. Now, is that a different type of art mentality, as far as like when we paint, you know, we're painting, we got our headphones on, you know, we do what it do, but you got these other guys that are artists, and they go out and they do, like the guy in New York or whatever like that, or people that do trains, or, you know, whatever like that. Is there a different mentality as far as?
Well, I can say the mentality is the same. Sometimes the ideas might be bigger. See, because someone can have a small idea or a big idea. They're both significant, but one could be more, you know, more outside the box thinking. Some person maybe want to keep things on a more level. It depends on how big the idea
becomes
is.
more. I think when a person does it privately, it becomes more personal, and it kind of does something to make us relax or de-stress ourselves or whatever like that.
Exactly, because you can't take any credit from the man who made the table. We made table. We sit at tables every day. Or you can't take anything from the man who made the airplane. We use them both.
Exactly.
As a matter of fact, there's tables on the airplane. so you see, ideas based upon the perception of the person or the artist at the time. You'll notice that Da Vinci said it all comes together. Everything comes together. No one thing is working out of harmony with anything else, if you actually think about it.
Yeah.
That's
some deep stuff. That's some deep stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because now I understand why you would go to school and you know and get your bachelor's. You know what I'm saying? Because boom, you want to know both sides. You know what I'm saying?
I need to melt them together in order not only to further my concepts and goals, but to help other people who are trying.
Exactly. So we love exposing some awesome work right there. Look at that. Yeah, almost looks like the original. It ain't the original. No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
As a matter of fact, since you mentioned that, it is. You can't even put a price on the original Mona Lisa.
You can. You can.
It's considered its own
thieves. You know, they did you know. Hey, I just want to know how I get my hands. If I get my hands on it, boy, I'm like.
I remade the Mona. I call her the image of the Mona, not the Mona Lisa.
Right.
The image of the Mona.
Now, what made you do this particular?
Someone told me I shouldn't. And
that's how we are as far as creative
told
people.
Me I shouldn't do it, and then when I did it, I couldn't. It was amazing. I couldn't believe the frame of mind.
Because I'm like, I'm quite sure you had some type of attachment to.
You once you go off into work like this now. once you go off into any type of work,
I'd be like, what was he thinking?
yeah, what was he thinking? And that's exactly what what was he thinking? What was she thinking?
Right,
And
exactly.
Believe it or not, you begin to get into the understanding of the person. It makes you want to dig a little bit deeper about that artist.
So just a little history. So there is a Mona Lisa. There was a Mona Lisa back in the day.
Yes.
And she modeled for.
Her name was Maria Di Concendi or something.
There it is.
I could have
That's that history, y'all.
pronounced it, yes.
Yeah.
And she was actually a pregnant woman.
What?
And this was
Didn't know that.
This was a commission that he never sent to the person who paid him for it.
No.
It was a gift because he never thought that it was a finished project. So
Man.
he continued. He took 4 years. He finally completed it.
Wow.
Yep.
Hey, look, that's some good information right there. We're going to take a break on this note. I got to digest this. We'll be back after these messages right here on The Art.
I'm in the color wheel.
I'm really diamond, and I'm shining bright, cause I'm really grinding. They ask me if I'm real, I say, you should sleep. My daughter gonna love this picture.
Look, if you have any creative talent, we would love to have you on the show. Whether you are a singer, rapper, spoken word artist, a novelist, screenplay writer, whatever it is that you do, we want you on this show. So please simply go to www.theartistshow.ent.com. We're back with Mr. Charles P. Coffin, the information and the history that comes with why he do what he do, and man, it's just like, wow. And so what are the steps that you're doing to, take care of your kid? Because I know there's a lot of parents out there saying, I don't have time. I got 2 jobs. I'm a single parent. And, I see my kid is talented, but it's just like I can't seem to. So what advice would you have for, parents to invest and, to kind of research and see what their child have?
To get to the heart of them, you really have to get down to see what their reaction to the things they like are.
Yeah.
If you can see what they really like, that's the thing you want them to focus on. If they like music, tell them to focus on music, because anybody can say, well, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer. That's the standard.
Right.
Standard. They
Long
want
time.
to impress the adult.
Well, what you want to be? I want to be a police
I wanna
officer.
be a-
No, you don't.
See, these things are not what makes these children,
Exactly.
happy.
Exactly.
So
Especially when they grow up to be teenagers.
Exactly, and I have teenagers, and my oldest daughter graduated from college.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
And they're all very talented, and I kind of enforce whatever it is that they want to do. If you want to draw, you like to draw, because my daughters, they love to draw and they love to be creative. One is into culinary arts.
Yeah.
But I told them that whatever you do, make it into an art.
Yeah.
You have to realize everything is an art. Business is an art.
Yes, it is.
If you're good at math, that's an art. Because
Even politics.
if politics is an art,
Yeah.
you have to have the art of politics.
exactly.
So art ties into everything.
Everything.
Engineers,
Wow.
they have to be artists because they have to put those schematics out. and create
AutoCAD.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
AutoCAD, absolutely.
Yeah. I used to do the drafting back in the
Cartoonist.
old days, the
yeah.
1/4-inch borders, man, we used to do it by hand. So everything is creative artistry.
Absolutely.
Well, definitely. So we'll be right back after these messages, and we're gonna ask where people can, if they want to, order a painting or whatever like that. We want to give that information out.
Absolutely.
We'll be back after these messages right here.
Diamond shine, cause they really diamonds. Bad bitches in line, they be really trying. They ask me if I'm high, I say really. Got money on my mind, I say really. I look like I've been.
Hey Jacksonville, this is Turp, J-Ville Stompers Riding Club. You've probably seen us riding around in your area, promoting community service in your community. We've been instrumental in feeding the homeless, battered women's shelters, Toys for Tots, and many other things. Join us at our upcoming events, J-Ville Stompers RC, Facebook.
They be working on the future, though they know they got a struggle.
We're back with Mr. Charles P. Coffin, one of the artists extraordinaires here in Jacksonville, Florida. So to my understanding, you kind of live a life of like Da Vinci when he was called to do different things. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what I would do is I would compete in New York State. I
Yeah.
would win there. I've won that 5 years in a row. It's the Olympics of the Visual Arts.
Yeah.
I would fly out and do national conventions with ACSO. It's African Cultural Technological Olympics of the Arts.
Yeah.
And I would meet many famous people. Again, I got to meet Nelson Mandela when he was first released.
That's what's up.
I got to meet Spike Lee. He had his security come
Yeah.
to get me to look at the painting that I did
Right,
of him.
right.
I wanted to sell it to him, but I couldn't get the words
Right,
out.
right,
I just said, sign it.
Yeah.
And I
'Cause
hope
that's
he-
signature, 'cause
I
that's
hope
sig-
he sees this, and I hope he
Right.
remembers that, because I got at him on Instagram. I
Right.
don't know if he saw it or not.
Yeah.
But Martin Lawrence, he actually put my work on his Run Tell That app.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Martin Lawrence, I
Okay,
tagged him because
yeah.
I painted Dragonfly Jones.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
painted it, and people at the college were saying, "Won't you tag him?" So I
Right.
tagged him, and he responded. My wife said,
Wow, wow.
So I've gotten quite a bit of exposure in New York. And when I started my website, charlespatrickcoffin.com, I started with running around doing flyers under windows, and I went from
Oh, wow.
Saratoga to Schenectady to
Yeah,
Troy
yeah,
to
yeah,
Albany.
yeah.
I built up about 3 million hits.
Wow.
Yes, yes. And this is when the internet first came out.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, that was the new thing.
Yes. Well, it was new for us.
Right,
Basically,
exactly.
It was new for me.
Yeah, a lot of people had it already, but
Yeah, a
it
lot
was
of people had it, but it was new for me.
Right.
And, yeah, so I did that, and that's when I first started my business. I registered
Wow.
my business in upstate New York, and I'm
So do you
building
still
that.
do you still do the competitions and?
Well, not right now. I'm trying to finish up the Bachelor of Science.
Okay,
degree,
okay,
as I
yeah.
was telling you, that's about
that
a
school
semester.
ain't no
That's
joke.
about a semester away.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations
And,
in advance.
Absolutely, thank
Yeah.
you. And it's hard work, but
Yeah,
you know
I
it's
know.
worth it, and that too to me is for constant growth.
Yeah.
And I have to be able to give something more than just financial to
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah,
children.
exactly.
If I have
You wanna
to
give
leave,
back to
yes,
them.
I want them to be intellectual as well.
Exactly.
You know, not just just go with the status quo way
Yeah.
people live. I want them to have something in their minds. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I have daughters. I told them, I said, y'all need to be all like Oprah as far as I'm
Exactly. All
concerned.
right, right.
I stayed with my daughters, my kids, my little son I have, and over the weekend,
Yeah.
I have a new baby.
Look at that.
Her name is Century.
What?
Absolutely.
I like the name Century.
Century,
I like
yeah.
that. I like that. So, where can they, if they want to buy some artwork from you, where can they go?
Well, if you want to DM me on Instagram, it's art.lives.on.
Okay.
DM me on Instagram. If
Say
you
that
need
one more time.
Art.lives.on. That's my Instagram.
Okay,
That's my
cool.
Instagram. And then it's Art Lives On Twitter.
Okay.
I mean, you can, whatever way you can contact me. But my website is charlespatrickcoffin.com.
Okay.
My email address is on there.
Yeah, and you need to check out some of his work. His work is really off the chain, and I'm like, I mean, I'm inspired by you because I'm an artist myself, and I just got so many talents.
I know about you.
I just got so many talents, man. You know, like
I
it's
heard
kind
about
of
you.
hard sometimes. Like you have to schedule it.
You got to.
Tuesday, I'm gonna do a little painting. I'm just gonna work a little bit over here. Wednesday, I'm just gonna go. I gotta go to rehearsal. I got Bible study. Thursday, I'm gonna go ahead and produce a part of this song here. So I'm like, oh yeah, next Friday I gotta get ready to start this production on this short film feature for the film festival. So like that's how my mind is blowing up. My wife can't understand it. She's like, you just gone nuts. So like, I'm like,
by step,
yeah, you
right,
step
right,
step by
you know.
step, but it's something very positive, and you're giving that positive energy, and I just want to thank you for stopping by and just enlightening us with the history of who Mona Lisa was, what her situation was, Da Vinci. That was some good information. Good information.
Thank you for
And if anybody got any questions that they want to ask you, they can still go. They can go to your website and they can go to Twitter and things like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Social
Cool.
Media, Facebook as well. Art Lives On.
Be inspired, ladies and gentlemen. Be inspired. If you used to be an artist at some point and then you got taken away by really huge responsibilities, I'm like, get back into it because it's very relaxing. Being creative, you take that time all by yourself, you drink some coffee, just close the door and everything like that, and it really does something to the inner self. It really does something to the inner self. Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back after these messages. Don't go nowhere. We'll see you next time.
Bringing in money like raking in leaves. I was just trying to get paper to sneeze. Achoo! That was a blessing. She's special to you. I don't look at her special. Actually, I treat her regular. Not being seen, we not making no spectacle. Gates had a first and he gave it to Kevin. All the above, we do all the etc. Scandal, the fans had to switch out my cellular. He talking reckless. Don't